Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me for Workshop Wednesday. I feel like I should be saying Merry Christmas, but instead I'll say Happy Thanksgiving. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving, but I'm pre-recording this video since I am on a cruise with our daughter and her in-laws. Why am I all dressed up for Christmas? Because after tomorrow, we're shifting all our focus on Christmas. Some of you are probably already started, but after tomorrow, it's all about Christmas. So I have we're gonna make today 4 quick and easy gift card holders. I actually made these to take on my cruise with me so I can give them to the flight attendants, to the cruise staff, just little thank yous. And my gift cards, I just put a Starbucks gift card in them because, this time of year, it's hectic for all of them. And anybody would love a gift card. So I got a Starbucks one in mine. So one other thing, I have my homemade treats class registration ends on Sunday the 30th. So I'm going to show you that class once I turn the camera down and do our projects. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Let's get started. Okay, so before we get started, I have my crafting Christmas crafting and cookie exchange class. Registration ends this Sunday, the 30th, November 30th. So this class, you can either purchase it to go or it's an in-person class. The in-person class will be here in Rio Rancho, and it's a cookie exchange, but you're going to make the same projects to go. So for the cookie exchange in person, you would just bring a dozen cookies and we would exchange a cookie with each. So say there's 12 of us, you're going to go home with another dozen cookies, but they're all going to be different. Hopefully we all don't make the same cookies, but the projects are like cookie packaging, 3 of them, and then the other 2 are cards. So let me show you the projects. So this is like a medium-sized bag, so you can put your cookies in a Ziploc or even a cellophane bag and then, decorate it with tissue. But this is one of the bags. You can put quite a bit of cookies. This is kind of like for maybe just a couple, like a husband and wife, or just a couple of people. This one is a bigger one. There's no handle to it because we're going to put way more cookies in here. This is kind of like a family, but look, this has a card attached to it. So you already have your card and your packaging together. And here is one of the cards, and I like to add a picture of myself with my grandchildren baking cookies and then give it to them because this card actually will not fit in our little envelopes. You would have to get a bigger envelope, but I always just stick it in my bag and then a picture of us baking the cookies. So that is one of the cards. Here is like another cookie packaging, but this is just for like a single cookie. So you want to give it to your mail carrier, the person at the dentist's office, the doctor's office. So you're going to be able to make both of these. So you have the option of closing it. I give you the instructions on, you're just going to put an extra score line to close it, to put your cookie in there, and then, or you can keep it open. So I like to just make like a cookie. My husband's favorites are snickerdoodles, so I usually make snickerdoodles, wrap it up in cellophane, and then just stick it right inside there. So you're going to make 2 of these. And the last one of my favorites is this little oven card. Isn't that cute? It's an oven, and then on the back you can put your message. So you will make 3 cookie packaging and the 2 cards. And so for this class, it's $35. And you're going to get some $25, I think around, I forgot what I figured, but you're going to get a half a pack of the Tags and More designer series paper. That's what we use on the projects. A package of the traditional sparkling sequins, and a full bolt of the shiny real red ribbon. And I don't have that right now because I've been using it so much. Hold on. I can't find it, but it's this ribbon. I've been using it so much. I just ordered me 3 more spools. And you're going to get a spool of the real red. You're going to get all the projects prepped for you, like so. You'll have to cut your designer series paper. So like this is the medium bag. This is the double single cookies, the large bag, and the 2 cards. So they will come packaged like this, cut and prepped. You will have to do the die cutting for the what's ever included in the bundle. You will have to do die cutting. If there's die cutting that's not in the bundle, I will do it for you. But I will add the cardstock for what you need to die cut, stamp and die cut. So this does use the Homemade Treats bundle, which is not included. You can add it on, and I will pay for it. I'll pay for the shipping and tax from Stampin' Up, and I'll include it in your kit. You will purchase it. All right. So the registration, like I said, is going to end this Sunday, the 30th. So if you have any questions about that, just let me know. I think that is the only announcement. Oh, you will get the PDF tutorial with the step-by-step instructions on how to make these projects. All right, so let's get that out of the way. This week, when you share my video, I have a package of treat bags or gift bags as my prize. So share my video. You can share it here on YouTube, or on YouTube, here on Facebook. And also give me a like, a share, a love, subscribe to my channel. That all helps me. But when you share my video, I will enter you into the prize drawing, and this is this week's prize. Alrighty, and what else? Oh, if you want today's project tutorial sheet, just join my email list, and I will put everything. All the links are under in YouTube, and they'll be in the comments in Facebook. All right, so who's ready for some Christmas projects? So we're going to use Simply Said, and this is such a universal stamp set. I like just the, simple little sentiments, but we're just going to use thanks. So today what we're making is we're going to make 4 gift card holders, and they're Matchbook gift card holders. I do have a gift card in one of them, and here's all my little pieces that I'm going to need. Trying to get these. As you know, I'm pre-recording this, and so these just say thanks, and then you can put a gift card in it. You're my lucky charm. I got these, and I send them to my team. When they join my team, I send them a little gift card, and our team is called the Lucky Charms. So anyway, you can put any gift card in here, and this just closes up like a matchbook, and we are actually going to make 4, but they all just say thanks. You can put whatever sentiment that you want. If you have some Christmas sentiments you want to put in there, I just like this a set because I just want it thanks. And since I'm on a cruise, I've made these, and I'm handing these out to the crew members. But I'm putting a chocolate in mine, a little package of chocolates. I don't have any more because they're already packed away. But I think you could also probably fit a Ghirardelli chocolate square in there as well. So just some little tidbits. What I'm going to do with mine, just these are, again, for anybody, your mail carrier, somebody at the dentist's office, somebody you want to thank, you know, give a little gift card. You have a bunch of nieces and nephews, they'll love them. Any gift card. All right, so we're going to start out with the 8.5 by 11 shaded spruce cardstock, and I'm going to get my Simply Scoring tool. Watch how easy these come together. So we're actually not scoring this long side, we're scoring the short side, so the 8.5 inch side, and we're going to score it at 3/4 of an inch. I'm going to do that again. Oh, no. 3/4 of an inch, 4.5, and 5. And that's it. That's all we're going to do. So now I'll get my paper trimmer and we're going to trim on the long side. It doesn't matter if you do it this, you know, this side up, this side up. It doesn't matter. We're just going to cut at 2 3/4 of an inch. And we're going to do that 3 times to get our 4 matchbooks. So there's 1, 2 3/4 again, 2, 2 3/4 again, 3. And so we have our 4 matchbooks. Super easy, right? So we can burnish all these lines. So the small section or the single section is going to be your bottom. The double score lines are your top. And it's going to go like so. So again, bottom section upward, these 2 sections downward, if you're facing it in the matchbook direction. Upward, down, oops, downward, downward. And I didn't tell you, we're using the Christmas Tags and More designer series paper. And so that is what makes these so easy. So there's 1 of 2 ways to do this. You could staple these now. Well, you're not going to staple it in there, but you're going to staple it. Or you can add all your designer series paper first. What shall we do? Well, let's cut our designer series paper. So I grabbed 4 different patterns of designer series paper. You're gonna need them to be 1.5 by 2.5, no, 2.5 by 3.25. So we're gonna cut 2.5 this way, 2.5 by 3.25. And then the other one's 2.5 by 1/2. So we're just, this is the bottom. So 1/2. So again, 2.5 by 3.25, and then 2.5 by 1/2. Okay. So what I use this plaid one. So just flip that one over, and you could use whatever ones that you have. So again, we're going to cut this at 2.5 by 3.25, and then we need a 1/2 inch one by 2.5, which we already know that's 2.5. Did I do that right? Yeah, I did a 1/2 inch. I think this one I did wrong. I did 3/4. So this is a 1/2. I knew it looked a lot. One of them looked wider. So those 2, these 2. My other pieces I used are this one and this one, these 2 patterns. I think I ran out of the gingham. I used so much gingham. Actually, look, I have a sheet, but I didn't use it on mine. So I'm going to do it like I did in the tutorial. So again, this is 2.5 by 3.25. And like I said, you can choose whatever patterns you want. And then we're going to cut a 1/2 inch because we already know it's 2.5. And I hope I did that right, because now I got myself guessing after cutting the first one at 3/4. So 2.5, 3 1/4, and then a 1/2. And I think you probably can do whatever width that you would want. Okay, so that is all our trimming. So let's go ahead and glue our large sections to the front. So you can lay it flat. If you already have it stapled, you're just going to have to glue it with it stapled. So here's our first one. Because see, the bottom we can't adhere until we staple it, because we want to cover that staple. Here's our next one. And these are, you get 4 gifts out of 1 sheet of cardstock. And you could probably even use scraps of designer series paper that you have. Okay, let's do the plaid. This plaid is another one of my favorites. But I like gingham. I think because I grew up with a lot of gingham. My grandma used to make our clothes when we were little. Me and my sisters. I have 2 sisters. And my grandma used to make our clothes because it was probably cheaper for my parents. My mom and dad had 6 kids, 3 boys, 3 girls. So me and my sisters, we always had matching outfits. Like my grandma would make us a dress and we all had the same dress, but they would be different colors. So say, for example, mine would be pink gingham, my sister's would be yellow, and the other would be purple. All right, so I think that's why I like gingham. So you can use a standard stapler. I do have this one from Stampin' Up! From a while ago. So we're just going to staple. And I want to put it in the center and then just a little bit at the bottom because we want to make sure that our piece can tuck in. I am fumbling my words today. I keep wanting to tuck that flap in and then staple. But then I would staple my flap in. Okay, so everybody following so far? There is our, for now we can glue our little pieces on. Get that glue out again. I have glue on my fingers, so right now they're a little bit sticky because I was wiping off on my boo-boo. But we just want to cover up that staple. We don't want that staple to be exposed. So again, this was a 1/2 by 2.5, this piece. My finger's so sticky. All right. Do you guys make little gifts for your mail carriers? And so I have the lady at the post office, because you know I deliver a lot of packages, and she's always the sweetest. I make her little gifts throughout the year, but I like to give her something. We have actually our postal, this one's a little bit crooked, I think. Our postal service is inside our grocery store, which is Albertsons. I'm trying to straighten it. And we have a Starbucks there. So a lot of times I'll just ask her, hey, what would you like to drink from Starbucks? And I'll give her, you know, she'll tell me what she wants and I order it and get it for her. All right, we're going to move these 4 aside because now we're going to use the Nested Essentials banner. And this is, did I even say what? This is the second to the largest. And we need our die cutting machine, our cut and emboss. So we need 4 of these. So I'm going to run this. I thought this would be a little bit too big. Let me trim this down some. Trim it down off camera. I just want to make it fit my plate. So again, we need 4 of these. And like I said, these are so quick and easy to make, especially with this designer series paper. The little things are already from the designer series paper, so you don't even have to die cut those. You don't have to do stamping. We only use 1 stamp, and that is it. I mean, you could add more if you would like. I don't think that this one's gonna fit. Let's see. Ooh, I think it fits just fits. I couldn't have planned that out any better. If not, I have another piece. Nope, look, it cut it. All right, so that is it. And we only used 1 die. 1 die for all of these. Again, 4 gifts, 1 die. So I'm gonna put these out so we can build them the way that you see them. Let me get in camera. So this one goes here. I feel like I'm a magician. All right, like so, oops. And so these ones might be a wee bit out of the camera. No, they're in there. Because, let's set these on top for now. We're gonna build up our banners. So for this one, we need these 2. This one, this, our candy canes, our sprigs, and this one, and this one. Okay, so let's start with this first one. So what I did is I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of this. Oops. Those backings, we know how stubborn those backings are. And I'm going to put a dimensional, just 1 behind this, because it's going to hide behind there. So we want to put this one in the center. And oops, this one's going to slip right in there. And then a dimensional on this mini one. I'm calling these sprigs in my my directions. So large sprig, small sprig, and then we're just going to put those right like so. And that one is already done. And I should have put these 2 on the side, 1 in the center. I'm just sticking them on. And then I'm just going to put right on there. Okay, so now our next one, we're going to put dimensionals behind the large ornament. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put this one down here so that I make sure that I cover it like so. And look, that one's already done. Super easy, right? Are you guys liking that Stampin' Up! Is doing this more often and having these die cuts with the designer series paper? You get these sheets, and you get two sheets of die cuts. That's why I'm able to make 2 of each. Okay, so our candy cane. So on this one, this strip here, which is one of the die cuts as well, we're just going to glue that across the center of the front. Like so. Oops. My glue picked, oh, well, we're going to need the glue again for the candy canes. So the candy canes, these I just glued on. You can put some just little drops. And this one is going to go like so at an angle. And then the other one. So it kind of looks like a heart. And yes, these candy canes are two different colors. I think one is real red, one is cherry cobbler. And that one is done. So now we need to put some dimensionals. I like having these die cuts, and you can actually make a lot of cards with them. This one's called Tags and More, so you can make tags. But I'm using them on my cards. Okay, so now this one is another super easy. We're just going to add 2 dimensionals behind the gift, 1 dimensional behind the holly. I'm going to put this up in the corner. Am I going too fast for you? These are just so quick and easy. And then we'll put our gift right there. Yes, you're going to have a lot of dimensional backings all over. I've been using a lot of dimensionals. I've been putting a lot of kits together too, so I have the little glue dot backings all over. All right, and so then this one is just going to go like so. So as you notice, we have all these nice little gems. These are our faceted snowflakes, and I just wanted to use something different than kind of what I've been using. So this one I'm going to put one of the silver ones in the middle, a red, and a red. This one I wanted to add the blue. I'm not sure. This is probably like Pretty Peacock, but just to add some little bling. And then we're going to add a white one or silver on this ornament and a red one on the bottom of the banner there. And we're going to add 2 more reds over here on this one. All right. So I think that's all the gems. And you know what? I was going to add a little bow to that, and I guess I forgot. It's not, I don't think it's in my instructions because my picture don't have it. Let me check my instructions because my picture doesn't have it. So if you want, you can add a bow. Can't think right now. The red and white baker's twine would look good. This one just fell off. I must have not flattened it. Okay, so now we got to cut our paper for the inside because we haven't decorated the inside. So it's going to be 2.5 by 3 as well. So let's cut this at 3. Go easy that way. Then go 2.5. 2.5. I might not get the 4 sheets at it. So good thing I have some more cardstock. So 2.5 by 3. So it's the same size that we used on the designer series paper on the front. All right, put this out of the way. And there's our little simple thanks. Like I said, if you have Christmas sentiments and you want to put in there, go right ahead. I just wanted these to be thanks. And you know what's another good one? The Gathering Moments stamp set. Let me grab it real quick and show you what I'm talking about. Like this one says many thanks, or thankful for you, expressing heartfelt gratitude. This is another good one for thanks. But we're gonna stick with our little thanks because I don't have a block. Sorry, my nails are a mess. Gotta get them done. All right, and so we're just gonna go ahead and put these in each of them. And then you can put your little gift card. Like I said, I think you can fit a Ghirardelli chocolate in here as well. If you just want to give like a little chocolate, a little something. I like to do like non-candy gifts every once in a while. Because believe me, I love my candies, my chocolates. But not everybody can have them. All right, a couple more and we will be done. Can you believe that? Quick and easy, right? You got 4 gifts in no time at all. Uh-oh. This already, as I said, that already started to stick. I didn't get to move it. It's like, it's funny how the glue does that. Sometimes it'll like stick instantly. Oh my gosh. What is going on here? All right. Well, I kind of messed that up because I kept pulling it up. But there. No problem. And last but not least, our final one. And there we go. Turn it up. I wanted to turn it a little bit and I turned it a lot. All right, so there are our 4 gift card holders. And all so easy peasy, right? You know me, I like easy. And I like to share things that are easy with you guys. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much. Next week, I should be back live. So thanks for joining me. And I will see you then. Take care, everybody. Oh, and happy Thanksgiving. I am so grateful for each one of you. Thanks, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.